Hello, guys. How we doing? Welcome back to the Three Hammers. It is 25th of July. We've just watched the friendly yesterday. There's loads to talk about, mate. You know, there's the frustration building around lack of transfers, and then there's certain news that, you know, in the nose are saying that we're very close to this one and that one, but it's very unlikely that all this happen. Where do you stand at the moment, mate, on everything sort of West Ham? Like, forget the friendly. Where do you stand in terms of West Ham, just in general?
Well, if you say, I mean, I don't know if you can just say forget the friendly, because
we'll talk about the friendly, because that was a fantastic performance.
Yeah,
yesterday.
I mean, so if you're talking about the football side of things, it's all positive, but like you say, outside of the actual football, it's not looking too good, is it? There's still no signings, still no real sign to me, anyway, of anything really being close. Yeah, it's a bit worrying, mate. Going into the new season with such a small squad, anyway, we've lost even more players. We still haven't bought anybody in.
Well, yeah, it's gone, and Obgonna's gone. Probably a good chance that Yarmolenko will go, I think.
Yeah, we're obviously down Lingard as well.
Yep, down Jesse. So, you know, just to sit still, as, you know, Nicky from West Ham Fan TV says all the time, just to sit still, you've got to buy Lingard in.
Yeah.
Or, you know, Pereira, whatever we end up doing. Yeah, no, I'm getting really frustrated with it, mate. I'm getting incredibly frustrated. Did you see Chris Sutton yesterday as well? And Johnny Artson saying about David Moyes told him the budget and said that it wasn't that much. But again, was that a bit of smoke and mirrors? Like, it's not like Moyes is going to go, oh, yeah, we've got 75 million to spend.
No, of course not. I mean, that would just be stupid. You don't tell people how much money you've got to spend, because then all the prices go up. So, you know, I wouldn't read too much into that. I don't know. It's just a weird thing, you know. Moyes is known for taking his time over transfers. So I don't know. It's difficult to know. Has Moyes given a list to Sullivan and nothing's happened? Has Sullivan given a list of names to Moyes and said, oh, yeah, I'll buy you players. I have to be off this list. And Moyes has turned around and said, no, I'm not interested in them. I'd rather have nothing. Is Moyes taking too long scouting players? I don't know. It's weird, mate. It's weird. I mean, you had, obviously, at the start, you had the excuse of the Euros were going on. And
which is
still Euros.
Fair enough.
But that's finished now. You know, players are coming back. I'm pretty sure our players that were away are back this week.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. If anything's going to start happening, you'd expect it to start happening now. But then a lot of the targets that we were linked with weren't at the Euros anyway. So
what do you make of? It looks like, I don't think the Areola deal is going to happen now either. Sounds like Sam Johnson is going to be the one. I just don't know, honestly. But let's talk about Lingard then. So it seems that Lingard, you know, he was playing for Man United. He scored the other day. I think he scored yesterday, actually, as well, against QPR. Is it time to move on? You know, there are the rumours that X said yesterday that we're looking to loan Pereira to still keep the option open of getting Lingard at the end of the window, which would be amazing. That would be amazing if that happened, but I don't think that will.
No, and then, like I say, he said at the same time underneath that's incredibly optimistic, and chances are we'll get neither of them.
Yeah.
So to me, mate, that sounds like excuses. It sounds like, oh, well, we didn't want to sign anyone just in case Jesse became available, and we tried to loan Pereira, but club didn't really want to know, so we couldn't get that through. Oh, and then Lingard turned us down at the last minute. I don't think Lingard's coming. It's clear. It's been clear from the start, from when he came to West Ham on loan, that he wants to play for Man United. He wants to play for Man United, and he's doing more in pre-season. He obviously had a fan.
You can't blame him. It's his club at the end of the day.
Of course you can't blame him, you know. And all signs seem to be that everything that you're hearing, Lingard wants to play for Man United. Solskjaer keeps coming out and saying, yep, he's in my plans. He's part of the team. Let it go. Let it go. He ain't coming. You know, if he don't end up playing at Man United, we'll probably end up loaning him again in January anyway. Let it go. Let it go. As much as he would be a phenomenal signing, you know, it'd be amazing to get him. Move on, because otherwise you just end up in a situation where you spend the entire window chasing one player. It don't happen, and then you've got nobody.
Yeah, and that's my fear with the Tammy Abraham one as well, mate. That it appears that we're waiting for Chelsea to sign Haaland, for example, or Lewandowski. There was even for the other day, weren't they? 50 million bid for Lewandowski. And
50 million?
Yeah, well, he's 33.
For
I know he's one of the best strikers in the world, but he's 33, and that's I think that's the thing. It's the age thing. But and I think again, mate, like you say, we could be waiting, and then it never happens. Like we've got to start putting some firm bids in now. You know, for a Danny Ings, test the water with Danny Ings, or if you want Tammy Abraham, actually put a bid in now. It's getting a bit ridiculous now.
Yeah. Like you say, mate, I don't know. It seems like nothing's close. It seemed like Areola was pretty close. The only thing I'm hoping is that maybe they've got word, okay, yeah, that's fine. He'll sign for us. They're waiting a little bit near the end of the window. I don't know. But it's just worrying, mate. There's just no activity.
Big wages as well. He's on big wages and he's on 145 grand a week at PSG, which is huge.
Still, yeah, but he could be our goalkeeper for the next 10 years.
No,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do want him, definitely.
So, I don't know.
More on the depressing stuff, just for a little bit longer. Declan Rice, mate, this week, obviously, news started to leak that he's not happy. And not obviously, he's not happy at West Ham. He's a bit of a fan like us, mate. He's frustrated with the lack of transfer activity. He's transferred, lack of ambition. And that's why he won't sign his contract. And he's made it clear that if a bid comes in, I want to be known about it. I can't blame him. I can't blame him, mate. I can't blame him. We're spoiled to have him anyway.
No, absolutely, mate. I mean, the whole he wants to be made aware of bids coming in. Any player would anyway. I don't think that's news. But if it's true that he's getting a bit frustrated, if he's been promised, oh yeah, we're going to build a team around you, we're going to sign these players, we're going to really push in the Europa League, and we're going to try and get there again next year. And this is why you should stay at West Ham, and it's not happening. No, you can't blame him for and all while he's been off on the break. Obviously, he's been away with the England team around all these players playing in clubs that are actually winning things. He went on holiday with Luke Shaw, who's going to be in his ear constantly.
Yeah, Carl Walker, Man City. Yeah.
It's worrying, mate. I still don't think he goes this window, but I'll be very surprised.
What happens if he does go, mate? Jesus Christ! I don't, because I was dug out yesterday by someone. I put a tweet out saying the frustration's growing. I can feel the protest brewing, and a guy was like, "Well, why? We've just finished in the Europa League," and it's like. Yeah, but the frustration is the fact that this is typical West Ham again of not building on a great season. And you're going to... I look at Jack Grealish, for example, before I let you talk, mate. Jack Grealish is apparently a bid has been accepted by Man City, blah, blah, blah. And he's apparently backtracking, and Villa are going to offer him 200 grand a week. And it looks more likely that he will stay at Villa now. That's the sort of thing that we need to be doing. We need to make it more attractive to stay at West Ham than to be like, oh, actually, you're going to go there and maybe only play a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's like I say, I don't think he'll go this window. But as far as keeping him past next, I don't know. The only thing maybe that could save it, maybe. I mean, obviously, it's transfer window time, so the takeover rumors crop up again. Maybe there's something in that, and that's why there's no money being spent. I don't know. But it is like I say, all the players are coming back off of holiday from the Euros this week. So you'd expect in general, not just West Ham, you'd expect in general, because there's not really much happening in the league in total. You'd expect the transfers to start happening now, to start kicking off this week. So yeah, and as I did see a comment there, if nothing happens this week, be very, very worried. Very worried.
We'll get into the...
We've only got, 2 weeks now till the season starts?
Yeah, mate. 15th, Sunday the 15th is our first game. Newcastle away. Not long at all, mate. So the takeover talk as well, mate. There was them rumours, 400 million. An investment company led by, I think his name was Philip Beard or something like that, his name, was behind the QPR and the London 2012 bidding process. Smoke and fire. Distraction tactics, excuses they can use. What do you make of it?
I don't know. I think And then other people have been coming out saying there's been other bids as well. Apparently, this bid was made in February, so that's just weird timing. If this bid was made in February, why talk about it now? I don't know what side leaked it. And there obviously wasn't a bid. Apparently, it was just an interest. But the fact that names were put to it means it's obviously there was something there. It ain't just something made up and pulled out of the sky. I don't know. Is it classic Sullivan diversion tactics? Oh, look, think about this bid that might be happening, and then you won't worry about transfers. Is it from the buy-in side? Are they leaking it, trying to put pressure on Sullivan to sell? Is it Sullivan trying to say, oh, the clubs will sell, but you need to bid more than 400 million? I'll take 500.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a weird thing. It was just weird timing, weird that there were names put to it. I don't know. It was a strange thing altogether. But that's all sort of gone quiet now as well. Everything seems to be, oh, let's just put out a little bit of news to take their mind off it, and then
for a bit, and then it goes.
Yeah, a little bit closer to the end of the start of the season, and then obviously you've got we've been playing the friendlies, been looking really good in the friendlies, and some of the youth players that have been making appearances have looked really good. Is this going to be Sullivan rubbing his hands together, saying, "Oh no, we don't need to buy anybody. We don't need to buy anybody now. Look at our youth players that we've got coming through. They'll do." Obviously, Antonio's been given a number 9 shirt. I can't believe that. Why? At this point in his career,
nervous, mate. That made me really nervous. That did.
Yeah, like, at this point,
go on, mate.
Yeah, at this point in his career, it's not as if he's a younger player and they're giving him the number 9 shirt and like, right, there you go, you have the number 9, you go on and be our striker for the next however many years.
Yeah.
Like, this is a man coming towards the end of his career, so it's not like. So I don't know. He's had the shirt for so long.
30 shirt's like his synonymous shirt, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like,
there's no reason. There's no reason to give him the number 9 apart from to say, all right, mate, there you go, you're our main striker. And if that's the case, then obviously we ain't going to be spending big money on another striker. I don't know.
There were rumours that Bowen could be used as a second striker. There's even rumours that Yarmolenko could stay and be used as a striker. It can't happen again. I'm sorry, it can't, mate. What has it been now? 2-3 years? Like, I know Haller was brought in, didn't work out for him, but come on now. We need a striker. Like, we cannot go into a European campaign with Thursday, Sunday with one bloody striker. Don't get me wrong, he looked fantastic yesterday. He really, really did. He looked fantastic, and we'll talk more about that. But I can see us not buying one, mate. I really can.
Yeah, same. I can as well, mate, and it's very worrying. And the fact that the whole I didn't want to buy a striker in January. I wanted to wait and identify the right one. Well, right then, where is he? What's been happening for the last 6 months?
I didn't like the talk the other day that they're having a meeting about transfers. Apparently Thursday or Friday they had a meeting about transfers. Was that meeting not done back in like you say, mate, back in May or whatever, or back in like February, saying, well, okay, when the window opens, we're going to go boom, boom, boom. We're going to bid for this one. Like, what is the problem? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, let's go in the comments. Yeah. The negative stories and dithering is starting to get to me now. I agree, mate. I think most people it's starting to get to now. My question is, when do you think we'll hear something positive about our first teams? Your guess is as good as mine, mate. Honestly, I do not know. And I think maybe that first one will be a little bit underwhelming anyway. I don't think we're going to see a worldie come through the door. Totally agree, John. I've got to the stage of what's the point of reading who we're linked with, because the next thing is they've signed for another team. Hello, lads. How you doing this morning? Doing good, mate. On my 6 weeks holidays now, so nice. Under 3 weeks to go and no sign of players. We know the positions of the players. We were told we had a decent budget. I don't know, mate. We can see it, but who knows? Oh, here we go. Apparently, Clarence and Hugh have said we've got money to spend.
See, now that, obviously, now we all know Claret and you are bald mouthpieces.
Yeah, allegedly.
So, no, they're whatever. So that's them. Is that them putting it out there saying, "Oh no, look, there was money there. There was money there. Don't blame us. Moyes didn't want to spend it." That seems to be that angle there. That's their diversionary tactics trying to take it away. Oh, no, it's not our fault. It's not our fault. It's Moyes' fault. Who knows the actual truth?
Yeah. Morning, Luke and Paul.
Morning.
It's blooming frustrating for sure. It's time to move on from Lingard. Yeah, I agree. It's about time. Leicester is a decent run club. Sell players with a profit to get their players in at the start of the transfer window. Yeah, we know that, mate. Say every single week on here about Leicester. We don't see any movement this week. It will be worrying. Yep, that is exactly what Paul just said. Father Snowman, great name. Morning, gents. Fulham could afford Areola, so we should be able to afford him. That's a valid point, mate. Valid point, mate. Dan says, finish top 6, so we try and rate the relegated size for transfers, big time stuff. I know, mate, it's incredibly, incredibly frustrating. We always plead poverty. GSB out. Rice won't be going this season. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like that with him. My mind changes.
I don't think he'll.
I don't
think he'll go.
But
I don't think he'll go this season. Unless. Although I think if a big comes in for him, that will test. But I don't think he'll go this season.
He has every right. He is a young, ambitious player, and we are showing no ambition. Yeah, mate. Listen, I've got nothing against Declan if he wants to go. He's proved, he's world class. He's one of the best CDMs in the world. And we're not. Listen, a good campaign in Europa League for him wouldn't do his career a disaster. Another year ain't going to do his career a disaster. But like someone goes on to say in a minute, I believe now, Mason Mount, he's gone on and won the Champions League this year. His best friend is Mount, but I think he'll stay one more season. Plus, he will play every game at West Ham. We need to bring in some quality to make Rice stay. Not going to happen, mate. I don't think. Disappointed that so many people seem chuffed with the Pereira link because he isn't bad. That's the Marquee signing statement of intent. Yeah, that will convince Wright to stay, won't it? Any comment on that, mate?
I don't know. I think that's a bit harsh. I like Pereira.
I like him.
But
yeah.
I think the problem is we don't need a Marquee signing. We don't need a Marquee signing. We need lots of signings. We don't need one big player. Our squad ain't big enough to say, oh, yeah, we've got a good squad. We're going to bring in one big player to take us to the next level. We need more than that. We don't need, if we sign Pereira, brilliant. But then we'd need to sign players at his level in striker, in midfield, in defence as well. Do you know what I mean? We haven't got the numbers in the squad. We haven't got the numbers.
I know we'll go on to the friendly in a minute, but Oggy didn't look great yesterday in terms of his injury. Mate, is it going to be Diop and Dalton at the back for the rest of the season? Or are we going to go and get that Kaleta? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I think that's how you pronounce it. Kaleta. Signing should have been identified before the season ended and then sign them up ASAP to fit into pre-season. Poor show again from the We Tried Brigade. That's a great one. From what I read, GSB wants a big dividend for themselves. Yeah, I did read that. They was looking at what their percentage would be if they sold up. Doesn't surprise me. They're greedy guys.
The thing is, at the end of the day, what did they pay for what they paid for the club, right? They'll get all their money back for the loans that they put in. If they sell the club for £400-500 million, they're walking out with £400 million profit. How much money do you need?
I know, when you're a billionaire anyway. It's just pure greed. It's just pure greed. Dan says, amazing how every transfer window we have a mystery interest in the buying club. It's true, mate. It's true. We've seen it so many times, and I think that's why I become deflated. I texted Paul yesterday before the Celtic game. I was like, I got no interest in the pre-season, so I haven't watched any apart from yesterday, which good job I did. It was a good game. But I've just I've gone back to that falling out of love with them again. After being so proud at the end of the season of such a magnificent performance, you're thinking, yeah, come on, they won't do it again. They really won't do that same trick to us again. They're doing exactly the same. Antonio is our striker, so why not have the number 9? Plus, it will be our record Premier League goal scorer with one more goal. Anything on that, mate?
I mean, I understand what you're saying, mate, but is Antonio, to me, that just says we're not buying another striker. And if we are, it shows the level of striker we're going to buy. Do you know what I mean? We're not buying a first choice to come in and challenge for that spot. We're happy with Antonio, and if we get someone else to come in as backup, well, okay. Or maybe we'll just settle with Yarmolenko covering or Bowen covering. You know, that'd be fine. We don't need an actual striker.
To throw some names out, they're going to go and get a Jonathan Calieri, an Albion, a Jetty level player, rather than going. Listen, I'm 50-50 on Tammy Abrahams. I like him as a player, and I think you'd do well for West Ham. But he doesn't like set me alight. But I'd rather go and get a Tammy than go and get, you know, the next Caleri, the next. Do you know what I mean?
And like I say, it's nothing against Antonio. It ain't. As Luke said earlier, you know, he played fantastic yesterday. He really surprised me. It's one of the best I've ever seen him play. Genuinely, I thought he was
joke. Pace and power.
He was really, really good. But Antonio's, what is he? 31?
Yeah, I think
you know, probably 32. But this year,
and only manages about 20 games a season.
Exactly. He has injury problems. You know, his hamstrings are dodgy at the best of times. It just feels like there was no need to change his number. There was no need to give him the number 9. And to me, it just seems like basically a way for them to say, no, we don't need another striker. That's what it comes across to me. Nothing against Antonio. It ain't. It's nothing against Antonio.
No.
It's the intent around it that's the problem.
Yeah. If things stay as they are, the new season will be a disaster. So sad as if the club was run properly, the new season would be very, very exciting. It could be, mate. Could be. And if we do manage to be really, really good again, it will be in spite of them, just like last year. And I hope we can do something like that again. Because, like you say, mate, on the pitch, and we will go into the friendly in a minute, on the pitch, it does look really, really good. They look hungry. They look sharp. They look fit.
It does, but we'll have the same problem that we had last year, where we've got a really good first 11. We've probably got a really good, say, 14 players. But past that, the drop in quality is massive. You know, all it takes is a couple of injuries. All of a sudden, your season's gone. And the amount of games that these players played last year, you know, you talk about our best players, like so Rice played every game, Souček played every game, Sufal played every game. Then they went to the Euros, played Rice all the way to the final, played all them games, hardly any rest at all. And then to ask them to come back and play every game twice a week this season for Europe, the team, if we don't get numbers in, our team will break down by January. We'll have nothing left. I could see us, if we signed nobody, if we didn't sign anybody at all, and we went into the season exactly as we are now, I actually think we'd do really well. I think we'd get a really good start. But after a couple of months, after a couple of months, fatigue is going to set in. You know, you saw it towards the end of last season. Fatigue will set in, injuries will start happening, and then all of a sudden the season collapses because you've got no squad. I don't know. Something needs to happen this week. It really does.
Mate. And I'll say it every week on it. Then I like. Hopefully next week we'll be able to say something nice. But still, we need 2 strikers to be fair. One to buy outright and another one loan. But what do I know? That's right, mate. What do we know? That's a good point here. Why would Moyes sign a contract fully aware that we had no money? And I do agree with that, mate. I've said that myself about the no money. Would Moyes really commit to it? Would he really just commit because he thinks it's a good project without any money?
I know. That's, again, we spoke about this when he signed the contract. And the fact that it took him so long to sign a contract, he must have had assurances from the board. Surely. He must have had assurances from the board to say, yeah, okay, we'll spend money.
And we won't sell Rice, for example,
Yeah, he must have had some kind of assurances, but, you know, it wouldn't be like Sullivan to lie, would it?
No. And that's probably why Rice hasn't signed a new contract either yet, mate. You know, maybe if players started walking in the door, then Rice might go, well, actually, okay, I will sign. If the price is right, sell Rice. Yeah, what do you make on that one, actually?
Well, what's the right price?
So there was one put out, say, for example, 70 million and Tammy Abrahams. Are you accepting that? That's 100 million.
No, I don't rate Abraham that highly. and I think Rice is worth more than that. You know, I do. I think Rice is. Rice is under a long contract. We don't need to sell him. You know, it's not as if if we don't sell him this window, he's going to leave on a free next year. You know, he's got what, 3 years left on his deal,
and an option for the
and an option. We don't need. We don't need to sell him. There's no desperation whatsoever. So unless, personally, I wouldn't sell him for less than 100 million.
No,
that might sound ridiculous. But we don't need to sell him.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. Like I say, that was a deal that Chelsea were apparently putting together, and I thought, and when you look at Ben White, for example, that's gone to Arsenal for 50 million, who got picked for England, didn't play, and then you look at Rice, who went all the way to the final, arguably the man of the match in the final as well, for England at least. You know, obviously Italy had Donnarumma man of the match, but now, mate, 100 million is starting. At least 80. At least 80 is starting bid. At least 80. That's future England captain there as well, and probably future captain of any team that he goes to be honest with you.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. That's it. That's the thing. You know, you say, oh yeah, sell him for 70 million now. What's he worth in 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it.
No, I wouldn't sell him for that.
Then you have Alves as well. We have to remember, Sully said he didn't want us to travel to Merseyside for cup games. He won't want us to travel to Europa League destinations. Very, very good point, mate. What happens if Rice does go? Will Soufal and Souček go next? Wouldn't surprise me if Souček would go, mate. I'll tell you now, he's obviously touted around, you know, Liverpool. I think even Real Madrid at one point were looking at him. Heavily linked. Listen, he's a great player, mate. Goal-scoring midfielders, you know, a wanted quantity, especially if you're a defensive midfielder that can score goals. It's dangerous in both boxes in terms of defensive as well. Wouldn't surprise me, mate. What would that give Souček to stay? You know, what incentive?
No, absolutely, mate. I agree completely. You know, if
did Soufal not get the Europa team of the Euros as well, right back as well? I think he
possibly,
was. I think he was the right back team of the Euros as well. Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's inevitable Rice is going to go unless we all of a sudden become a Champions League club. Rice is going to go at some point. But it's the plan around it. If we do sell Rice, if there's a good plan in place, so okay, Rice goes, but then we've got the next player ready to come in and come through and keep us at a certain level. Then the likes of your players like Soufal, Souček might look at that still and say, yeah, okay, there's a plan here. There's a plan here. We don't need to leave. There's a plan. We can stay. But it seems like we don't have a plan.
We never have a plan, mate. That's exactly it. Like, we need to begin identifying Rice's replacement now. Like now, if we're ready to sell him next summer, for example. But number 9 is just a number. Lots of main strikers don't even wear the number 9. Antonio might wear it for one season.
So why give it to him then? If it's just a number, it doesn't matter. Why give it to him? Why?
Yeah. Antonio's hammy is okay in the warm weather. When October comes and cold spells, hammy will go and 6 weeks out. Let's hope not. Perhaps we are waiting for Souček to come back so we can bring in some signings. Apologies.
Oh yeah, is our head scout?
Yeah. Changing shirt numbers in a transfer window. Got to hand it to GSB. Typical. Thanks for all the comments, guys. Fantastic load of comments today. We have no depth at all. Cresswell, Ogbonna, Dawson, Fabianski, Antonio, all the wrong side of 30. You need to freshen up your squad every season. You do. You need to keep players on their toes. That's the whole point, you know. I thought Fredericks played really well yesterday in that friendly. But again, like, you know, Soufal's there. And the fact that Fredericks does play well whenever he comes on instills. Don't get me wrong, I don't think Soufal's that sort of player that performances would ever drop off. He just seems, you know, just the sort of player, his mindset is just incredible. But it's good to have that on the toes. Apparently Masuaku was very close as well. Didn't get to see him yesterday either. If I was the board, I'd be very careful because the fans are back this season and the board cannot hide behind COVID, mate. It's true, mate. That listen, the protest will start more or less straight away. It would only take a couple of bad results or the transfers don't happen, and it will start building and building and building again. And I know people threw at me the other day with my tweet, oh, that's the last thing the players need. We're not digging out the players. I'm digging out the board for constantly giving us lies and crap. Moyes said he likes a smaller squad. He believes in his management and the staff, but it worries me. True Gay, keep players on their toes. Totally agree with Peter Singh. United pay 75 million for Sancho, who couldn't get in the England team. Again, very, very good points. Right, let's go on to the friendly, mate, because that's the end of the comments for now. Yeah, mate, 6-2 win against Celtic. The first thing you text me after the game was David Sullivan will use this now. And there'll be an article on Claret and Hugh probably saying, we've beat a Champions League team, we don't need no more players.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. 6. I mean, what a game, by the way. What a result. It was a poor... I say it was a poor Celtic team. As far as I'm aware, from everything I've seen, that was basically their first team. Celtic are a big, big club. They are a Champions League team. I think there's two things there. That number one, it shows the distance between Scottish football and the Premier League. It really does. All the talk about, put Celtic and Rangers in the Premier League, they get relegated straight away.
Championship teams would have beat that Celtic team, mate. There's some really good teams that would turn them over.
But and their goalkeeper, Roberto, was better. He was shocking. But take nothing away from us. We were brilliant, especially on the counter attack going forward. We were brilliant.
I enjoyed the pace of the game as well, mate. Listen, that was not a friendly game, mate. That was really intense, fast, hard tackles going in. I was really impressed. I thought Lanzini was fantastic today. He's great. Maybe, he can save himself. It was such a shame that he got injured right near the end. Remember when he was filling in for Rice when Rice was injured? And, he might be able to fill in at that deep playmaking role. And actually, he could be Mark Noble's replacement. He can do that job. He likes taking the ball deep. He likes taking it in deep. Fantastic pass of the ball. We know that.
Yeah, and he kept us moving forward. Obviously, he had the mistake for the first goal that we conceded. Got caught, nicked off him, and Dawson didn't really do very well to in defence to block it. But apart from that, so good. And like you say, I love the fact that when he's playing in that deeper position, when he picks the ball up, he's constantly looking forward. He's always looking forward, not sideways, backwards, always looking forward. And him, Fornals, Ben Rama. Ben Rama I thought was brilliant. Oh,
his goal was fantastic as well. What a fantastic
Fornals, 2 assists, fantastic passes.
He's become one of my favourite players, mate, Fornals. I just love the way he likes the football. The pass is beautiful pass with the ball.
Yeah, he really is. He's got that Spanish sort of technique,
Left foot, right foot, just
fantastic. I think Bowen had a quiet game, but obviously scored the goal. Brilliant. Antonio, as I said, genuinely one of the best I've ever seen Antonio play. He looked, I said Antonio's turned into Thierry Henry. He looked fantastic.
The second goal was fantastic, mate. In his first goal, well, to be fair.
Yeah, the composure that he showed and the awareness I haven't seen from him before, which was brilliant to see. He didn't panic. Yes, the ball that Fornals played through and he ran onto it. Fantastic pace. Nice finish with his left foot. I mean, I think it was an easy goal to score because there was a big gap, but he took it so well. And again, in the box, the composure, just a little turn around the keeper, slot it in. Yeah, he was brilliant. Everybody played really, really well. I think even Noble had a really good game.
Yeah, apart from Randall.
I was going to say the only worry is the defence. Obviously, Ogbonna goes off injured, and then you've got Diop and Dawson.
Diop made a fantastic tackle on the edge of the box.
And he made a really good tackle to set up I'm trying to think what goal it was. He made a good tackle and he started the move. I think that was Antonio's second goal. Diop did okay. Dawson, he was all right, but he does worry me a little bit.
He is what he is.
Yeah, he worries me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Cresswell, I thought was very quiet. Actually, Cresswell had a very, very quiet game. And Fredericks did well, but I think Johnson did really, really well when he came on.
Yeah. What about the new guy, Oki Flex?
Occo Flex,
whatever his name is.
I already love this guy.
Yeah, he's a controversial character though, mate. Very controversial character. Scored a goal.
Scored a goal.
That's all you can do, really. Come on, take your chance against his former club as well.
Yeah. I mean, not so much. Obviously, he was only on for a couple of minutes. Obviously, scored a goal, which was great. But watching him in the Reading game, I thought he looked really, really good. He played the first half, and I thought he was a striker, but he's been playing sort of in that attacking left position, and he reminds me a lot of Grady. He reminds me of Ogbonna. He's very direct. Likes to just run at players with the ball. Not quite a tricky player like Ben Rama, but just like direct run with the ball. I thought he looked really, really good against Reading, and then obviously, like I say, came on and scored against Celtic. I think he's. I think he could be in and around the first team this year. I say that he'll probably get sold next week, but
A player I do think will get given a chance, mate. And every time I've seen him in pre-season, when I've watched the highlights, I've got to say Connor Coventry just looks so calm, and he does actually remind me a little bit of Rice, like early Rice. He's not as elusive in the tackle as Rice, but just his calmness on the ball, the way he can stand up. He has a good look around, then he releases the pass. I think he's going to get given a chance this year.
Yeah, definitely. I think so too, and I think he's ready. I think he's ready. He looked, and like you say, throughout pre-season, every time he's played, he's looked good, and he could be. I don't, like you say, he's not. I don't think he's the level of Rice. He's not. He's not the level of Rice, but he could go on to be a real good, sort of solid Premier League player for us. Yeah, and it's great to see. It's great to see these young players coming through. It is. Yeah,
obviously on Friday as well, I believe it was Friday or Saturday, we beat Southend 5-1, our under-23s. Again, there's some really good players in there. Baptiste looks absolute unit of a player. Ashby looks fantastic as well. And the only other youngster that come on yesterday, mate, was or is he a youngster? Alves, would you consider him a youngster? Obviously, he come in at centre back. He didn't really have to do much, really, though, did he? Who was the other guy that come on? There was another guy that came on in the midfield with like the dreads. He had dreadlocks. He was running in the midfield at one point. Someone will probably say it in the chat in a minute. I can't remember who it was. And he had a little burst here and there, wanted the ball, was bursting with the ball. And Nathan Holland come on, didn't he, for a bit? The thing with Nathan Holland, I know he's highly rated. He always looked quite weak to me. What do you make of him? Whenever I've seen him look lightweight, he looks like he get pushed off the ball quite easily.
He does. He needs to bulk up. He needs to bulk up a little bit. But that's something that they can work on. That's something that will come in time. Ben Rama, I see a lot of people saying, I agree, Ben Rama looked like he'd bulked up quite a bit.
The way the goalkeeper was just ridiculous.
Yeah, over the summer. It's promising. It's really promising. Looking at the result, the way we played, fantastic. Like I said, it was really quick. It weren't played at a slow pace. It's exactly what you want from a pre-season friendly. It really was. Just a good intensity to the game. Real good test. Scoring 6 goals against anybody is fantastic. And it's really promising. And it's such a shame to have such a real good, promising start. And how we look so good and fluid. But then, like I say, you have one injury, Ogbonna goes off injured, and all of a sudden you're panicking.
And not to jinx anything, mate, but the last time we went undefeated in pre-season, we all know what happened, mate. Got relegated. Avram Grant. Funnels is a monster. Gives 100% every game, and I think his finishing will improve this. I'm a huge fan of him. Listen, he did frustrate with some of the sitters he missed, but he's such a good player. Like the way that he's changed his game from being, this elegant midfielder for Spain's under-23, and where did we get him from? Villarreal, wasn't it? And he's turned into this tough. He's got that tough Premier League bit about him now. And I think he will just get better and better. What about you, mate?
Yeah.
He could be one of our best players, to be honest with you, mate. I think
there's no doubt about it.
But
there's no doubt about it.
Well. Moyes definitely trusts him. He plays him every time.
Of course he does, yeah. He makes things happen. He makes things happen. Like I say, 2 assists. And yes, he misses some chances he probably should score. But the fact that he's getting into those positions and he's getting them chances. Yeah, he's a very, very intelligent footballer. Very intelligent footballer. He will go on to have a very, very good career, in my opinion. Very good career.
Just before I do go back in the comments, mate, obviously we did sort of half touch on it a little bit. Oggy's injury, mate, that was worrying. I know, again, one of your favourite players, mate, because the Italian links, and obviously he is one of the best defenders in the Premier League, in my opinion, when he's fit. That's a big one. That's a big one to take, that is, if it is the case that he's going to be out for a few. It didn't look good either. It looked a bit new. Hopefully it's just a minor little hamstring pull, but it looked a bit new.
Yeah, and again, you know, he was our best defender by a mile last year. But again, it just shows, just like Antonio, as good as they are, can't rely on them. Can't. You know, as good as they are.
Injuries are getting common for Oggy as well, aren't they? You know, back injuries and legs.
Yeah, and he's getting older, you know. He's still a good player. He's still a really good player, but he's not a Chiellini. Do you know what I mean? He's like, he's not going to go forever. And I say same with Antonio. Those two phenomenal, really, really, really good, really important players for us. But it's getting to the point now where we can't rely on them, and that's why it's so important we bring in reinforcements. It really is. Yeah,
100%. Please don't make the same mistakes as we did with Josh Cullen. Give Coventry a chance. Yeah, I think he will get a chance, mate. I really do. I think you might see him in some of the Europa League games, and it'd be lovely to see. You know, if Rice does so, and you've got Rice and Coventry playing together, be good to see. Agree, Pat. It was mad. Oh, that's a little conversation going on there. That's Peachy. Nice to see you, Peach. Anyway, hi lads. For son Luke. If we after West Brom's Johnson and Pereira, why is 2 separate offers gone in instead of one offer for both? Football does my head in. It's true. And apparently, you know, they still owe us money for Grady. So it should be quite a simple deal. But we have a way of making it a lot more complex than it needs to be.
Well, I don't know. You say that, you know, if it's two different, if you do one bid for both, but then you've got to negotiate with 2 different players, 2 different agents. If one of them falls through, then the other one, how do you work out the price? So, no, I understand why they did it. It's 2 separate bids there.
It was good to see West Ham fans at Southend yesterday. It was Johnson, Benrahma and Bowen. Textbook things. I don't know why you have to say that with a lisp. You know, like when it's like things. Fornals is our best player. We need signings as SP. We can't count on players who get injured all season. Yep. Thanks, James. James obviously been on the show a few times with me. And Fornells loves West Ham. Did you see his video? My favourite player at the moment. I agree, mate. I think he's my favourite player at the minute as well. And I'm hoping Saeed can have a real good season this year. But yeah, I think I agree with you on that. Anything else, mate? Anything else West Ham related? That's I'm just on Google West Ham news at the minute, and it's just really always talking about the friendly stuff. Oh, there is one, mate. Actually, do you have our Bowen, mate, to Liverpool? What did you make of that one?
I saw the link, and it doesn't surprise me, to be honest. Very much, I think it's a sort of Klopp sort of signing, similar to Shaqiri. He's not going to go in and be their star player. He's not going to go in and be the main man, but he would go there and be a really, really good option off the bench. You know, someone to come on for Salah at the end of games. Like I say, exactly like how we used Shaqiri. Doesn't surprise me at all. It really doesn't.
What sort of fee would you be looking for if Liverpool come in? Would you go, okay, I accept that? What would it be?
I don't know. It's difficult. I'd say you've got to be looking 35 million.
Mate, I was going to say 40. I think if someone said 40 million, listen, I don't want to sell him, but I think if someone said 40 million, that's doubled our money, I think I would take it. I do. I think I would. I like him. I do like him as a player. He's a hard worker, but I think you could get better.
I like Bowen. He frustrated at times towards the end of last season.
He was probably my most frustrating player last year as well. He probably was the player who got the most abuse from me last year.
I said, I think 40 million, I think he's replaceable.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
And Fornells loves West. Yep, sorry, mate, done that one already. Question to the lads: How many signings do you expect before the start of the season? Yeah, I think I'm going to say two. That doesn't. I think there might be more before the 31st of August, but in terms of start of the season, I reckon we might get two. And I think the Ogbonna injury might push for a defender now. I think he might look at the rest of the squad, but then is Rice going to be ready for the first game? I don't think Rice will be playing the first game. Celtic and Sufal may play the first game. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't really expect none. I don't expect any. I hope I'm wrong.
Few there, 3 weeks today. Yeah, I like commentary.
New kits, yeah, something we haven't talked about.
Do you like new kits? Well, I have bought it. Yep, I managed to find a place that bought it on Klarna because I didn't want to bang 60 quid out Bosch like that straight away. So yeah, I found it on JD Sports and got a teacher discount code on it. It's a lovely kit. Now, it is. I'm not going to deny it. It's a lovely kit. I don't like the badge. You know, I'm a bit like Paul. You know, I don't think Paul's a big fan of the new badge either. But yeah, it's a lovely kit, the new home kit. I love the Declan kit. It's my favourite kit. It wouldn't surprise me if Mark Noble had some sort of say in that as well. You know, that probably was his favourite kit as a kid as well, watching Declan. The away kit, I think most West Ham fans would agree. It looks like a Tesco's carrier bag from back in the day. What about you, mate?
Yeah, the home kit, I love it. I bought it day one. When it came out, I actually was in London. When was that? Last week. So I just went to the club shop and bought.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Went to the club shop and bought it. Really nice. The away kit, I need to see it in a game. I think I need to see it on the players. It's one of them. I don't think I'll be buying it until it discounts. So I'll buy it for 20 quid at the end of the season, probably. Yeah, it's not. I don't know. I think it could have been better. I'm not. Like I said, I need to see it on. I need to see it on the players. I need to see it.
I love the goalie kit though. I've got to say, that goalie kit, you know, that's Fab had on yesterday. That's a beautiful kit. That is. That would have been a lovely third kit. That.
Apparently, the third kit is very similar to that.
Yeah, it's more the navy in it, a navy blue, like a bit based on the Di Canio goal against Manchester United that era. Peach thinks we're going to sign 6. Oh, mate. I'd love to see it. Glenn, I think we need more than 4, but who they are will be good to see. Pat Pong says you'd take 40 million and Shaqiri. Bowen, we have to double our money at least yet, which would be around the 40 mark. I think, did we sign him for 20, 23-ish? Peach, you're dreaming. He loves the new kits. What about Winston getting a chance in defence? No, he's finished, mate. He's finished. Legend, icon, because, you know, we had the legend and icon chat a few months ago. Bit of an icon at the club, but no, he's finished, mate. He can't run anymore. He ain't got no legs. He literally can't run anymore. He's got no speed, no pace, nothing. Yes, Luke, love that comment of the away kit. I've stole that, to be fair. I've stole that from Nikki from West Ham Fan TV, the Tesco's carrier bag comment. But I liked it. That's why I stole it. I love Winston, but we need pace at the back. Is it all right selling players for a profit? But what's the point if we ain't buying players and pocketing the money? Yeah, that's the point. That is the point, isn't it? You know, it's fair enough. You go and sell Rice for a massive profit. You go and sell Bowen for a massive profit. Something we haven't done as a club for a long, long time. But do you trust these guys to spend it? That's a completely different conversation altogether. Few other things here, mate. I'm just looking through. This has got to be a load of rubbish. This is apparently West Ham are linked with Euro 2000 winner. Euro 2020 winner Domenico Berardi, probably one of the best players in the tournament. That is not going to happen. That is definitely not going to happen. Fantastic player, though, isn't he, mate? I know you watch a bit more of Italy than I do, but no chance.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah. But no, there are no players in that Italian squad that are coming to West Ham.
You know the thing with Italy players as well, it's very, very hard to prize them away from Italy as well. You know, they like, you know, like you say, someone like Insigne, fantastic player, probably would fit into a Liverpool or Manchester United, somewhere like that. he ain't leaving Napoli though. They love Italy. These players like Chiellini will never leave Juventus. Bonucci, players like that they love their Italy. That's why I'm quite surprised that Donnarumma left Italy. To be honest with you, that was a big surprise.
Yeah, I think the thing with Donnarumma is there's no club in Italy that could offer that kind of money that PSG are throwing about.
And you're the best goalkeeper in the world. At the end of the day, you have a right to be on the best money in the world.
Yeah.
Danny Ings, mate, is we're monitoring him as well. I know we discuss it quite a lot with him. That one would really, really excite me. Really excite me. What about you? Natural goal scorer.
I mean, there's no doubt in the quality. There's no doubt in the quality, but he's another one with injury worries. I don't know. I'll be honest, mate. I wouldn't be too excited about it. And is he going to come and play and sit on the bench behind Antonio?
That's a valid point. I think the only concern with me with him is, like I say, he does get injured quite a lot. Is I think it would be a sulk move for him as well. He constantly says, like, apparently he wants to join Man City. Okay, mate, dream on. He's a very, very good player, but yeah, I think if he came to West Ham, he would see it as a sulky move, and I'd be a bit worried about him sulking.
Yeah, I wouldn't be keen. And then, like I say, he's going to be on the bench behind Antonio, the new number 9. No, I can't see it. I don't think. I think any name marquee striker, forget about it. It's not happening. The fact again, this is what I was saying. The fact that we gave Antonio the number 9 is telling the world he is our main man. He is our main striker. We are not signing. Don't expect a 20-30 million pound striker. It is not happening. It is not happening.
Yeah, he'll age. He'll get injured. Our luck. Be injured. Said, what about Andy Carroll, mate? Released by Newcastle. Could bring him back.
Sign him up.
Yeah, I think that's about it, mate. I don't think there's much else, unless there's anything you that's tickled you, mate, at all.
No, I haven't really seen anything, to be honest, mate. I've been sort of keeping an eye, but as others have said, it's hard to take anything seriously at the minute when you're talking about the transfer rumours. So,
yeah, that's it. On boxing side, Joe Joyce won yesterday, knocked out Carlos Takam, puts him in contention now against Josh or Fury. Packer and Vardy Steptoe will be a handful. We have so much pace up front, and 23 million is a good price. It certainly is, mate.
Daka's a yeah. I mean,
I've got Ian Nacho there as well, mate, who ended the season fantastically well.
Yeah, I think they'll have a good season next year.
Definitely, mate. 100%. I asked you a question in the WhatsApp chat, mate, purely because I see it on West Ham Fan TV the other day, and just to finish the show, it was like an Ask Us Anything thing, and it was Love, Honour, Obey or Sexy Beast, mate.
As I said, mate, a lot of both classics, both absolute classics. Love, Honour, Obey. I love that film. It's a really funny film, but Sexy Beast is a better film. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I love them. It is a better film. Yeah, I'm going to put that up. Just to let people have a little bit of fun.
I love them both. Sexy Beast is a better film, and that performance from Ben Kingsley is
it's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece in terms of his performance levels. Yeah,
too good, mate. Too good.
It's hard, isn't it? Because like West Ham Fan TV, when they was talking about it, said that Love, Honour, Obey is probably one of the most quotable films ever, though. Like in terms of, mate, we do it all the time. I can't use the quotes that me and Paul use all the time because there's some great lines in it. You probably, if you have watched it, you will know the line "Action Man hasn't got a beep, has he?" All the time. 2 kilos of my coke gone, Ray. Bush. I use that one quite a lot as well. It's just a fantastic film. Fantastic film.
Yeah. Different, very, very different. Very different films. Hard to compare.
Snatch or Lockstock?
Snatch.
Yeah.
Again, both brilliant. Lockstock's a brilliant film. Snatch took it to the next level. Yeah, that's that. And again, mate, talk about endlessly quoting.
Oh, Snatch, mate, is just a quote of itself, isn't it? It's just a brilliant film. Right, guys, you've got 2-3 minutes. Any questions you want, put them in. If we get any, we'll answer them. If not, me and Paul will wrap this up now. But thanks for keeping loyal, as me and Paul are really, really close to it in that 150th podcast as well. We hit that the day before the Newcastle game, which is fantastic. 150 shows, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Thank
you, Duncan.
Duncan's really, really good at this as well. Cheers, guys. Hit that like button. 45 people are watching and only 12 likes. Yeah, come on, guys. Let's get us to 50 likes. That'd be a nice way. There's no way of me and Paul seeing how many likes there are, unfortunately. I know that JP's got all these flash tools that he can see when the likes are coming. Good show. Luck. I wish my name was Luck. Luke, what's your favourite Ruby takeaway? Ooh. It has to be a Chinese, Chinese is the one I always fancy. I love an Indian as well. I do love an Indian.
Ruby is an Indian.
Oh, so Indian takeaway.
Oh, it's curry, innit? It's curry.
Yeah.
Ruby.
Yeah. I can't pick a specific Indian takeaway, to be honest with you. I just go whatever's one's the cheapest because I'm a bit tight. But if I had to put favourite takeaway, it's because I'm a Cockney. If my missus says she's bringing pie mash home, then it's pie mash is number one. What about you, mate?
I love a curry, mate. I have curry constantly all the time. Do you know what I really like? I get these packs from Tesco, and it's a fiery gone, and you make it yourself. It's got all the seeds and the peppers. Oh, mate, it's banging. Love it. If I'm getting something, I don't know. I like to mix it up. I'll get all different kinds of stuff. I like to mix it up a bit. Do you know? It's going to sound like it's because of the football and that, but I was partial a couple of weeks ago. I kept getting Vindaloos. I did. I had a couple of Vindaloos. It was nice.
Guts of steel, mate. Guts of steel.
Yeah. But I like to mix it up. I love a hot curry. It has to be a hot curry. Don't give me milky.
You don't proper hot though, don't you? Like when we
don't give me no milky mild rubbish.
When we had the not Ruby, what's it called? Ribman. When we had the Ribman, one of the last times at Upton Park, you went in, mate. You went on like the Holy Mother of God one or whatever it's called.
I bought bottles of them sauces, and I have them. I had them in my cupboard. Love them, mate. Yeah. Love them. Yeah, I like a hot sauce.
The Ribman's a legend, mate. Lawrence says Father Ted. Oh, Father Ted.
Oh, wash up.
Nah, same writers as well. Father Ted for me. It's classic. IT Crowd is brilliant. There's some hilarious gags in that, but Father Ted is like that. Father Ted allowed IT Crowd to be made, if that makes sense. The writing was there.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Luke, obviously, yep. Curry. Go on, Paul. Oh, here we go. Someone wants to know about your kit here, mate. Paul.
As a guy that likes an orange garish kit, will you be buying?
Oh, that is awful.
Have you seen it? The time away kit.
It looks like when you're sick, like after a hangover. It just looks like
something. Mate, do you know what? So this one, this is like the Juve.
That's interesting.
This was their third kit last year. I really, really like. I collect football shirts. I actually had a count up. I think I've got 70 odd shirts now. But I would never buy another English team apart from West Ham. West Ham, I've got obviously loads and loads of West Ham shirts. I would never buy.
PSG kit's beautiful.
The away one, the white one with a pink and black. I really like that.
Home kit's beautiful.
I like the home kit a lot. Apparently, PSG fans really don't like that.
I love that kit. Like Jordan as well. Rare sponsor that Jordan. Beautiful kit. Beautiful kit. Peachy says he's got to try the Ribman ting.
Definitely, mate. If you like your spicy stuff, you've got to try Ribman.
Paul, have you ever tried a fowl curry? Meant to be the hottest curry.
Fowl. I think it's THALE in it. It's pretty spelled. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, you have?
Yes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have. Yeah. It's minor, isn't it?
Only fools and horses, or some others do it. Only fools and horses. Some others do it.
Do you know what I'd love to do? Right, obviously it's out of the realms of possibility, but you know the what's the channel that do the chicken wings with a hot sauce, and they ask people questions while they're eating them.
Oh yeah, Hot Tings. I think it's called Hot Things or something like that.
I don't know. People will know what I'm talking about, but basically the guy.
We should do that on here.
Mate, let's do it. Right, the guy.
Feature for 150th show. We'll do it.
That's it. The guy will get. The guy basically interviews celebrities, and he has all the chicken wings and the different hot sauces, going from mild to like ridiculously hot. And they're they do the interview throughout it. Yeah, I would love to go on that. I'd love to go on that just to see. Do you know what I mean? How far could I go? I'd love to see the host of that program. He's proper stomach. He is,
mate. He's a machine.
He's proper.
He just sits there double dipping it as well. Geezer's a machine. Used to like holiday in Canby. All West Ham fans very friendly. They certainly are, mate. Paul man versus food. No, he can eat hot. He can eat hot food. I like hot food, but Jesus Christ, that's like hell and brimstone stuff. Like, yeah. No, we have to do that. Actually, that would be a good idea for a little jokey video on the show. Paul.
Listen, if anyone, right, if anyone wants, Paul eats raw chilies sometimes. If anyone wants to send me any hot sauces, right? You think there's a hot sauce I can't have? Send me it, man. Send me it. Contact Luke on Twitter. Send me that hot sauce, and I'll eat it on the channel for the 150th episode. Yeah. So if you are on Twitter, guys, because the actual Facebook doesn't exist and the Instagram doesn't exist anymore. So if you are on Twitter, at the Free Hammers at the top of the screen now, contact me if you've got a sauce that you would like to see Paul try on the 150th show. Let me know and we'll try and get that sorted for him, because that Hot Ones, that's the channel. Hot there
Ones.
You go, that's it, Bowden.
Hot Ones, yeah.
And he's another hot sauce connoisseur.
Oh well. Yeah, so that would be an idea. Maybe going forward, we could give Paul a little hot challenge every week or something like that he could do, because he is a machine, and it would just give us something a bit of fun to look forward to at the end of the show. Right, guys, thank you so much. As always, you guys are fantastic, and it's great to see the numbers going up that are viewing live every week now. And I know it's really, really early. We do these shows quite early now. We used to do them at 6 o'clock. The whole point is, I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit lazy and I can't bother to do them at 6 o'clock. I'm get up, I'm full of energy and just get it done. I'm that sort of guy. But yeah, obviously the videos will start coming thick and fast now. I'm now off for 6 weeks, so any transfer news, I can bang the video straight out, start building up for the Newcastle game, which is not far away at all now. Last little comment here. That would be a dope show. Hot food challenge, go on, Paul. Well, Paul will get his own YouTube channel and leave then, though. And then start interviewing Margaret Robbie and people like that. Brilliant show. Right, guys, thank you so much. Anyway, come on, you irons, keep believing, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that like button. Let's get as many likes as we can. It'd be really, really nice to keep us going. Thanks for staying loyal. Let's go.
Cheers.